My first food photo was sort of an insult to food and photography itself, which is a reminder. What you see on social media is always almost the highlight photos, the best pictures of the bunch that anyone takes. But I gotta say, the food pictures over time did start to get better and better. That first shot of stewed beef in a pink bowl, I learned that gravy can be really challenging to photograph. Sometimes it needs to be thicker, sometimes maybe thinner. Getting that pop of color in there too, with the carrots being bright orange and the leafy greens can really set off any food photo dish. Set off, can really make any food photo dish stand out. My food Instagram has been a little bit dormant lately. And if you can't tell by this physique, I am a little bit of what they would call a foodie. But my food Instagram is not food I cook. I am not a chef. Sometimes that plot has been misconstrued. No, I will take food photos of great looking food by anybody. Let me hop in here real quick just to say thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe. It really helps us out. And if you have any cash you can throw away for a shirt or some photo presets, join our Patreon. Anything you can do totally helps. Thank you so much. I packed up Renegade and I picked up my dad and we're on the road. Trust me, he's having a great time listening to my choice in music, I promise you. All right, so I actually didn't say why I was here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So my sister had hip surgery. She's doing A-okay, but she's moving a little bit slowly. And my dad, he's 74. So what better place to go than the slow-moving elderly food capital of the USA, K&W Restaurant. This next tip is not always possible to pull off, but it's something that you can keep in your head. Just try to sit somewhere for your meal next to a window so you can get some natural light diffused from the outside. It's really gonna look good for your photos. Now what you're seeing here is a mistake that I am extremely guilty of when recording food and video or photos that's using a shallow depth of field, meaning like a 1.8 that's only highlighting one area like these mushrooms right here instead of getting the entire dinner plate in the shot. I did the same thing here. Sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes it just is not ideal. And it's another thing, lighter food, darker plates and vice versa. Now this is not at all a hard and fast rule. Hold on a second, let me just make a few adjustments right here. Caveats all across the place. Here's another photo. Lighter food, darker plate. Lighter food, brighter plate. What do you think? Which one kind of shows up better to your eyes? Totally not a beholder, but it's something to keep an eye on. And keep in mind, it's a-okay to move your food subject around however you need to try to get some better composition. And yellow watermelon tastes exactly like regular watermelon. Delicious. Now, for a little while, I did get into levitation photography. That's where an item in the food photo is floating, but it was bad because you could tell that spoon's floating there. Same thing with these ice cubes. This is a composite shot, just dropping it in different areas, like into the can, into the bottle, and compositing the shots together, but the ice blends into the background, so you can't even tell. Back here in South Carolina, and I am at Total Wine to get my favorite beer, Hams. Now, some people might walk in Total Wine with a little bit of apprehension. I'm not a guy named Yeager. There is no walk of shame of getting my booze. One more quick thing about levitation photos in a second, but this is my second favorite beer. Bound by Time, just on a plate of running water under a sink and using Photoshop, the brush tool to clean up some of the water and change the color a little bit. Voila, Instagrammable photo. Using any old tape will do, and some skewers that you would make shish kebab out of, and put it on the back of my favorite beer, Hams, for this next levitation photo trick. And I've been drinking Hams for a while, so much so I even did a video on Hams for my food shots collaboration series back in the day, still here on this channel. And my beer had just a little too much beer in it, so it was too heavy for the skewers. No problem, I'll just do some drinking, looking on the back of the camera and pulling out the phone app for my camera so I don't constantly hit it and move it, because I want a blank background with no can and a background with the can obviously on the skewers. Like so, when I get it in Photoshop, I'm just going to use a filter and just get a brush to just erase away the skewers, leaving it looking like the can is floating all on its own. The easiest, simplest food trick kind of thing in the book. So it looks like I update my Instagram with another levitation photo of a Hams beer can. So wow, People normally don't make it this far in the video. You're a real shot caller, and I'm just going to repeat the photos here. I ran out of ideas for this ham skin because people normally don't make it this far in the video. So thank you so much for doing that and for hanging out with me. Drop your food photo tips down in the comment section below. And as always, I ask you, if you can, hit that like button and subscribe to never miss a shot from YeagerShots.com.